20th, there we go. Okay, so as of today's date, this is gonna reflect basically usage in March. 9,698,000 gallons produced by the wells in March. Works out to about 313,000 gallons per day by the wells. The equipment customer consumption of 610 gallons per day per service connection and 513 connections. Now, you want to keep in mind, we had overflow at the Pondere Pines Reservoir, so about 500,000 gallons of that is, went there, but the rest of it, no, that's why we're fixing the lines, replacing meters as we can. You can see how there's a year-to-year comparison. And one reason why it justifies our projects, last year we were just over 9 million gallons during the same time period, for 290,000 gallons per day. Although it's probably comparable because when you count that overflow for Pondere Pines, it's going to be very close anyway to last year. But there was quite a jump over 2 years ago when it was just over 6.5 million gallons and 212,000 gallons per day. 3 years ago, about 6.5 million gallons 3 years ago, and almost the same 4 years ago. So right in that 200 to 215,000 gallon per day range, but we've jumped up quite a bit in the last couple of years. Before we move on to the various items, I get that extra S in there. Are there any questions on the production report?
By what we're doing now, construction-wise, is that gonna have any bearing on our detective or investigative, determining this was causing that?
Well, if we see that, once we get it online, if we see that our usage, production drops dramatically, we'll know that was.
Wouldn't there typically be some washouts maybe around piping or anything like that? Is that?
Yeah, we'll have to just see.
Don't have, it may be up in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay.
Some of these items are on, like the SCADA proposal, Jesse, I think it's on the agenda, we just wanna push it to then? Okay. Is Ben on yet?
He is not.
Okay, we can, the issue of the Fergus State Park meter, I'm thinking maybe waiting till Ben gets on and we can circle back to that.
Okay.
Yeah, should we give him a call?
Shoot.
As he knew that, I talked to him today, and I said, see you this afternoon, he said, oh yeah, that's right. Because he kept thinking about the construction meeting Tuesday, I said, review this afternoon. Okay, while you're calling him, we've still got our typical figures for the summer and winter months. I did go up to the treatment site today, it's still very wet, but it get a couple trees out of our road going in there, so that, and this will be an update that's not on here right now, let's see. Yes, it's not on here, but I got a call from RC Worst, they're gonna go up on Monday to put those actuator valves in.
Nice.
So that'll be set to go. Then
Finally, yeah.
next step is to get Bigfoot, but I wanted to make sure it was accessible today. We got the trees cut out, it's completely accessible to them now.
Are we gonna be able to test those
Test,
when they put those in?
yeah, they can turn the power on, just to test them, and that way they can jumper it and things like that without having to have the system be live. They've done it before. So they'll be going up there, but you can see generally, the hole's pretty close, 50,000 gallons per day is what we're pumping up in the summertime, and approximately 17,000 gallons per day during the winter. We do not have yet the figures for this winter. We will get those as we start up the treatment site. Sewer maintenance items. 4 septic tanks were pumped in the last month. Got that one there. Then we also get the plan thinning of the 80-acre treatment site. Further reviews required. Fitting with guidance of the silvicultural plan to be evaluated as conditions allow. So that's still forthcoming. Probably what we need to look at. Right, Bob? Fit it in.
Yes, sir.
Fit it into that your easygoing schedule. Okay, there it is. I didn't have it in there. Okay, repair of the control valves and PLC will occur as conditions allow. So the control valves will be repaired this Monday. The issue was they had them in last fall, but the snow came so fast they couldn't get up there. By the time the snow came, it was too late. Okay, we did have a sewer main repair.
Before you move
Go ahead.
on, aren't they doing something at the triplex station too with the motor there?
We're going to be discussing that as part of the agenda, right,
Okay.
Jesse?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I should have mentioned that on there. Sometimes I leave things out for the agenda. And we did have a sewer main repair below Cape Horn Road, not in Cape Horn Road, but just on the backside of those properties. It's part of the old Dromore system. We had that repaired this past month, got that all cleaned up and taken care of, along with a tank back there that needed to be pumped. That's it on my report for now. Again, we've got other things on the main agenda. When Ben gets back, we'll be discussing about the triplex,